Here then, today we are going to solve another LeetCode problem named merge sorted array. Easy level, so the video is going to be really short and it goes like this. We are given two integer arrays, nums1 and nums2, sorted in non-decreasing order, and two integers, m and n, representing the number of elements in nums1 and nums2 respectively. Merge nums1 and nums2 into a single sorted non-decreasing order. The final sorted array should not be returned by the function, but instead be stored inside the array nums1. To accommodate this, nums1 has a length of m plus n, where the first m elements denote the elements that should be merged, and the last n elements are set to 0 and should be ignored. Nums2 has a length of n. Well, and there are some examples here which clarify this inbuilt format for the nums1. And there are some constraints, but to be honest, there is nothing interesting about them. So alright, let's start to work on our code. If you ever work with such kind of merge sorting array tasks, you already know that we are going to use two indexes. Now let's name them very verbose, like index1 and index2, to work with our array. So let's try to fill the nums1 array with the values from nums1 and nums2 arrays. If we are going to do it from the start to the end, then, well, there is a problem that we could actually override the values in nums1, which we haven't used yet. So I suggest to do it from the opposite side and fill it from the end to the start. So for that, let's create the result index. So it's also going to be integer, and it's going to point to the element of m plus n minus 1. For the index 1, the initial state, of course, is going to be m minus 1, because we are starting to picking the elements from the end, right? And for the index 2 is going to be n minus 1. And finally, let's start our loop. So while the result index is still valid, which means that it is greater or equal to 0, we are going to do some iterations. And then at each iteration, we are going to decrease the result index by 1. So let's compare the values in our arrays. So if nums1 for index 1 is greater than the nums2 index 2, then it should take this particular position in the result array. So let's put the nums1 result index over here, and we're going to set it to the value of nums1 index 1. And after that, we could move the index 1 by 1 position, right? Otherwise, it means that nums2 is actually greater than the nums1 value, and we should do the opposite. Now we should use the value from the nums2 array. So in this case, we are going to put the index, the nums2 index 2 value to the nums1 result index and decrease the index 2. Alright, however, there are also edge cases. So when we would be completely out of indexes in first or second array, we should just pick the values from the opposite array and just put them to the result. So for example, if the index 1 is already less than 0, then we are going to pick the values from the nums2 array. Else, if index 2 is less than 0, then we are going to pick the value from the nums1. Otherwise, we would continue with our regular cases. And that's it. Let's try to compile this solution. Right. Yep. Nice. And finally, let's submit the solution to check its performance. Nice. So as you can see, the execution time is technically 0 milliseconds. For it, well, it means that it just stays on the edge of the threshold, and that's why it beats 100% of other submissions. And that's it for today. If you'd like to see me solving other LeetCode problems, then put your request to the comment section. See you next time. Cheers.